Man, we back, man.
We back.
GoodHenneC show.
Yes, sir.
3 guests tonight, man.
Man.
We ain't did this in a while, man. We had 2 guests, and then we had a 3 guests a couple of weeks ago, and maybe about a month ago, something like that.
True.
So we here a little bit longer for y'all tonight, man. Extended guest period. But look, I got my homie from high school, man. You know, this is the second time we had somebody on here from Macon.
From Macon. Yeah,
I think
for
so.
sure.
Yeah. Second time from Macon, man. We're trying to open the channels for y'all, man.
Hey, man, I'm sleeping, man. Equipment, I'm coming for you, man. I got some coming from the hometown, man.
Yeah, man. Bring them up here, man.
Yeah,
but look,
coming.
This brother here, man, Baja. I'm sorry, Baja. Welcome to the GoodHenneC show.
Welcome.
Man. How y'all doing?
So I'm trying to think about you graduated in what? 01?
2000.
2000. Okay, so he's 2 years older than me. So, just one of them guys that just like you know, he a smart dude.
Right.
Smart guy. Played soccer. You know what I mean? He didn't play. He excelled in soccer. Let me just go ahead and put that. Like, yeah, like the brother can play soccer. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it just always had like a good spirit around him. Like he always making people laugh. That's his thing. You know what I mean? So, and we haven't talked much outside of from graduating, but it's Facebook, so it's social media. We talk here and there, and one day I just happened to look online and I saw, like, my classmate developing an app. And so I'm digging in and I'm looking and, I'm seeing what's going on. And I'm like, this ain't no bad idea. You know what I'm saying? You see one of them, like, I'm looking like, okay.
Right.
This ain't no, I'm just developing a app just to develop it. This is a life-changing type thing. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, we got to get him on the GoodHenneC show. You know what I mean? And so welcome everybody, the homie Baja here. Tell us about what you got going on, man, with the Legal Equalizer app, man, and exactly what it is and the functionality. I'm about to download it live here and see if you can, just give me a tutorial while we doing it. But, kind of tell the people what it is you got going on right now.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on the show to begin with.
No doubt.
Appreciate you coming.
Listen to you guys on a regular basis. I follow him on social media too. Had my man Jack Perez came on here.
Oh yeah. Jack Perez, man.
Yeah, I worked with him back in the day. But the app really was my reaction to me getting sick and tired of seeing hashtags on Twitter when somebody got killed by the cops, and mainly when it was unarmed. So it's an app. It's called Legal Equalizer, and pretty much what it's designed to do is supposed to make the interaction with you and a police officer go a lot smoother. A, by letting you know your rights and laws, and B, by you also alerting your family members to where you are. So what the app is when you get it. So let's say you guys download it.
Yeah, I'm about to do it right now.
And it's free also, by the way. So that's another thing. It doesn't cost you a penny. People ask, they think I'm crazy for it because people like we'd have paid, $1 or $2 for it. But at the end of the day, the community that needs it the most probably wouldn't want to pay for it. Or some people can't even afford it,
Yeah.
It's something you got to think about. So, it's a service more to the community.
So this is here, Legal EQ.
That's it, Legal EQ or Legal Equalizer.
Okay, I'm installing that joint right now. Yes, iTunes, I'm going to put in my password so y'all can know this is me.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Y'all do this too, man. Like real talk. Go
definitely,
go
right now.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, definitely. And go ahead and download, and I can walk you through the steps. You can log in through your Facebook login, or you can put email and your name and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And we're gonna end up doing a lot more stuff with this, which I can expand on here later on once we get into it.
Right.
But so once you log in, you log on and everything else like that, you're going to go to your settings. You want to make sure that you have your location services on. That's going to be a pretty key thing there. And then from there, you're going to go ahead and hit address book, which is inside that settings. And your address book's going to come on. You want to make sure it's first name first, then last name, not last name, first name.
Okay. And why is that?
It's the way we did the coding on there.
Okay.
Right, and also right now what happened, we figured it out because for about 5% of it, what happens is when you go to address book, it'll crash out, and that was an issue that Apple has had with their new iTunes 9.1. They're going to fix it on 9.2 update. Okay. And I never knew about this crap till I started with this app stuff. But it also was a function of we've had a lot of delays because I don't know if y'all even read like some of the tech stuff with it, but the app makers, they got hacked in China like a few months back. So the guys, when most people do the coding, they use a thing called Xcode, and that got hacked. So Apple became a lot more serious. But in terms of the new Xcode, a lot of these new apps when you're inserting the names and stuff, it is crashing, but it's working on 95% of them. But we actually now have it, like we're testing the beta on it, where it's now working.
Gotcha.
Before Apple even does it, because we're like, we ain't gonna wait for it. We wanted to get it
done.
Right. You said it got hacked. What was it? The anonymous group?
No, it was in China actually. Yeah, and that's actually why Apple was scared, because it was China, so they thought it had something with the Chinese government.
Gotcha.
You know, trying to get in and get different stuff, you know, information and stuff like that here, and so. Like I said, so you go in, you get your settings in there, and what you're gonna do, like I said, you go into your address book. Okay. So you hit address book. You're gonna slide to the left. So you see settings.
Oh, settings. Okay.
Yeah, right, I'm still downloading. I don't know what's going on, man.
So address book. Now hit OK. Now go back into settings, and then hit it again. Now it should pop up. Second time around, you should. Now go into it. Now it should pop up. Come in here.
Settings. Address book. Oh man,
yeah, we got you. So, but here we go. So pretty much we'll go right here. So settings. So I hit address book.
Yeah.
So I'll pick 3 people from my address book that I want. So I can go right here, like my mom. You know, I can go then like Martin, who does the coding, and then I can pick one more person, like let's go with the attorney. So I hit next. So now I get pulled over. Now, every time you get pulled over, for me personally, I'm trying to let somebody know I got pulled over, whether it's my mom, my dad, my best friend, brother, girlfriend, you know, whoever. So now, instead of me typing all that, all I have to now hit is this SOS button, and then now comes with an automatic text message that gives you, I was stopped by the police, I'm currently okay, but if you're not here for me, please contact the police department. My location is, and it gives them the location of where you are, so they can come out there if need be. Right. So they're going to know your exact last location as well. Now, on top of that, you can now swipe to the right on the app here, and what you're going to have are your encounters and stuff. I'll get you on that. Now with the encounters, and then so now you hit like police encounters. What that's going to do now is going to pull up things to do when you see a police car.
Okay.
It's going to give you, don't give the officer shoes. Yeah, just you know, quick, simple stuff to know.
Right.
Like one of the big things that I've seen where a lot of arguments escalate is people refuse to get out of the police car when the officer asks them. I've looked at it. It's a federal law. You have to get out. It's a law we need to change, but it's something that you have to.
If they tell you to get out.
They tell you to get out. And there's something that happened and it started once again with a lot of these issues we got with the war on drugs. That was a law that got changed in 1979. You know, because of that, somebody refused to get out. Officer made them get out. They ended up finding drugs, and it got thrown out, but then they got reinstated because they were like, there were drugs in there. So it was like, okay, now you have to get out. And so that's one of the misconceptions where you see it, and I'm just like, you know, get out, you know. Right. But it has a lot of these things where it lets you know, let the officer do most of the talking. If the officer asks to search the vehicle, you don't have to consent to a search, you know. Like, so different things like that. On top of that, then it gives you things like your Bill of Rights, your First Amendment, the right to speak and record. So they say you can't do it. It's right here, you know, and the only time you stop is, hey, if you're interfering with something that they're doing. Then if they ask you to stop and you're like interfering, then cool, you stop. So we want that. Now, last but not least, you can now record the whole encounter here, and it's a video recording. So, you know, I can hit here, and I'm now recording everything that we have, and it's live, whatever. Now, when the video is stopped, now, don't say this, but you now have the video where you can send it to those people, and it's also saved on your phone. And we've got other apps that try to do similar stuff, and we've gone through and seen a lot of stuff, but this is the only one right here where the video is actually saved on your phone, backed up to the cloud, and we actually are going to back it up to a server on our website as well in case something happens to your phone, you know, where the cloud, all that disappears all of a sudden magically. We can still go back and say, hey, we got a secured server, we got that video as well on there. And so now you can send this video on top of that as well. So pretty much that's how the app works. It's pretty simple, pretty quick to use. Like people ask me how quickly, I'm like, you got to think about it. And unfortunately, I've got experience being pulled over a few times in my life, you know, being an extremely black brother in the United States, you know, not even close to red bone and nothing like that, you know. I get pulled over a lot. So, I mean, I understand, like, people like, what about the time frame? Like, look, most time I've got a chance to send the whole text message. So now, instead of sending that text, I got a time to send that real quickly. Bang, that message is sent. and I'm now looking real quickly with a refresher of the laws. By the time the cop is out, I've got my recording already ready to go.
Mm-hmm. And so at this point, let's walk us through it. If you get pulled over, right, you've done, the first 2 steps where you sent the text message to your 3 contacts. You looked at the laws very quick. Now, what happens if the police come and tell you, like, hey, what are you doing? Put that phone down. What's your step after that?
The step is, officer, legally I have a right to record you unless you say I'm interfering with your duties. And obviously right now, me recording you is not interfering with you giving me a ticket or you give me a warning or you telling me what I did wrong. Until you tell me to get out of the car or something like that where it's interfering, then I will put that phone down.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so that's what you have to know. That's the issue. Is a lot of people, we don't know our rights as well. So we're scared and we say, sure. And the thing is, we'll listen to anything a cop will tell us, believing a lot of times it's in our best interest. And, I believed that for a while, but then now I look at the statistics. It's the reason why there's so many of us in jail. It's a reason why a lot of us get in these situations where you could have easily gotten out by saying, no, you can't search my vehicle. Because you might have known, I've been in there where I've been with somebody in my vehicle, had some drugs, and we got pulled over. I didn't know it.
Right.
You know? And, by the grace of God, and this happened in college, where we used to get pulled over all the time. And that's why this app really is important for young college kids. Because that's when it was for me, when I was, 18 to 25 years old.
Right.
Where those ages when A, I got pulled over and profiled a lot, and B, that's when I also had a smart mouth. That's when I would buck back.
Yeah.
And so, that's where it is at this point in time is, you have to know that stuff. So I can tell them, hey, I have the right to record you, officer. Now, if I'm interfering with these duties, I will stop recording.
Right.
And so when you have that on tape also, if they then really make you stop it, go ahead and stop it. Because guess what? You now have them violating a First Amendment right on record on tape.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the issue I tell people is, let's not have that argument on the side of the road, because chances are you're gonna lose.
For sure.
Every single time. Like they got the weapon, they got the power, they got the law. Somebody could be like, well, I can fight back. You're still gonna lose if you do something to them. Either way, you're gonna lose if you do it there. Right. But if you have the recording and you have this, and also your family knows it now.
Right.
And by the time you get done, you sent that video to your family as well.
Right.
And where that makes a difference for me with the video is the case that haunts me to this day is Sandra Bland. Y'all watched that traffic stop. When the officer came up, what was she doing? She even said, I'm trying to contact my mother. She said it on tape. She could have had that text.
Can I ask you this, brother?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you this after you finished everything, because you was talking about getting out the car, because it's a law that we should get out the car. So do you think if she would have threw out the cigarette like he asked her, would she still be here?
That's a tough question, because it became, outside of the cigarette, it was a power struggle for him. So she could have still thrown out a cigarette. I think he got more upset about her not getting out the car. The cigarette was what set it off, and then that's what set it off. But then also getting out the car. But even then, for me, that's still not a reason to go to jail. Yeah, but
the reason why I asked, because you basically, when you're saying get out the car, that's like complying. So basically, if she would have complied,
the cigarette, she didn't have to like. I don't think that had anything to do.
That's what sparked it off.
Yeah.
If she would have complied with the cop and threw out the cigarette, she might have still been.
Because the thing is, even before the cigarette incident, you could tell that his tone was because when he asked her why she was mad, and when she said that and gave it to him like that, he didn't like that. Right. So let's go back there. Yeah, so I mean, with that, and then so with that, she had, like I said, she had it where, like I said, she could have sent that text to her parents. The video up until the point she got out of the car would have been done, and then she'd have gotten the video sent on over to them at that point in time. And if that happens, she got in jail on Friday. She died Monday morning. If her mom, her sister, her brother had a recording of that incident of why she even got in jail, she ain't in jail. And that's even before she gets out the car. Just what happened in the car between him and the officer. When that happens at the time, she's like, okay, fine, I'm stopping, I'm getting out the car. Hit send. Her mom and dad now have the video of her getting out the car, and now you went to jail for not putting out the cigarette. And you put that on social media, you go to that district attorney, to that sheriff. She's not in jail for 3 days, I guarantee you that, because that's her family. You know, if that's me or if that's any one of you guys, your family had that, they'll be like, oh, that's some BS right there. We're going to go and fight.
We're going to go and fight it. Yeah.
Are you prepared for, just say, this app? Because it's gonna, like, I've put it like this. I've never talked to a future billionaire in my life.
Yeah. No,
this is a grand idea. Oh, you're right. My bad. I just talked to a couple of billionaires. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. I'm sorry, everybody. Jay Good. I'm sorry.
But I know what you're saying, though, in the tech world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
are you prepared for, like, I mean, maybe some blows going to come at you. Because this app is so, it's information that we need to know for sure. Do you think people going to try to, I don't want to say,
are they gonna
I'm trying to think of the word.
Are they gonna run through your background with a fine tooth comb?
Yeah, I'm prepared for it.
Okay.
I mean, because the thing is, and they can run through my background, and I'll tell people, you know, there's stuff in my background. I've made mistakes, you know, and that's what I expect.
Right.
But I'm also gonna be like, there's plenty of people that you are now endorsing for president that have made a lot worse mistakes. You know?
Yeah.
You know, because the thing is also what happens is when you're doing something where it's going against what the mainstream wants or something that's not for the majority, they're gonna go and look to figure out how to knock it down.
Right.
Figure out what's wrong about it. Figure out, you know, what's not good about it. And I've had people I've had police officers come at me at first before we had this. We're like, well, why is this and that? And I just asked them, I was like, why would you have a problem being recorded, officer? And if they can answer me that, I was like, if you're doing your job, this should be a positive app for you. Why would you have a problem with citizens knowing what to do? You know, why would you have a problem with them alerting their family members and their loved ones where they are?
Right.
And, you know, and I was like, the issue is, like, and I tell them honestly, and I'm trying to work with some officers here, and I've gotten some that downloaded it, and when they've read the laws and the police behaviors, they were like, actually, I'm glad you put that in there, because that's some of the things we tell people and we deal with.
Right.
And so, you know, and I tell them a lot of things right now is police officers right now are so sensitive in this country. Like, and it's such a hypocritical thing, and they won't open up to any critiques. And so I'm letting them know, like, I hear you guys, officers, like, here's my issue. You're the first one to go into a black neighborhood and talk about how we have the culture of not snitching, of don't talk to nobody. What do you guys do? I was like, I've seen a video where Walter Scott got killed, and the partner, not just you, the partner in his arrest report wrote that Walter Scott tried to fight you, and the video came. So that was you on your own way of not snitching.
Right.
I haven't seen one of you good cops yet come on national TV and say, hey, he shouldn't have done that. You all stand in line with him. So you go to the community and say, don't snitch, and then you go and do the same thing yourself.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, but we have, you know, like I said, this is one of the few things we're working on, because honestly, we have a thing with social justice and with technology, and for us, we have a nonprofit we're doing with this. It's called the Next 2%. Reason being, right now, there's only 2% representation of minorities in technology. We want to grow by 2% every single year. So, I mean, the minute we get some investors, I've already got ideas, because I've talked to people. I'm like, here's the issue we have. We don't give minorities enough chances in this space because we don't expect us to do stuff like this. Like, it's funny. Like, people look at me like, oh, my God, you did an app. I'm like, it shouldn't be a shot.
It really should.
It should be the norm.
Yeah.
This should be the norm.
Right, you're right.
And it's the same question when people ask, like, why aren't there female scientists? Or why ain't there, like, Neil deGrasse Tyson talked about, why aren't there more black scientists? And he was like, well, growing up, like, for me, it was like, hey, man, you play football? You play basketball? Or no, you're going to be an attorney? You know, it's not those questions that they expect for us. So, you know, I'm looking at to get the mentality like how Magic Johnson, when he first had his business plan, people thought he was crazy. I'm going to bring nice stuff into the inner city, like nice movie theaters and Starbucks. And what people don't realize is the spending power of the minority dollar. So we spend billions of dollars a year. And now we're spending it on all these games and technology. Everybody has a cell phone in their hands. So we take some of these ideas we got from people in the inner city to do every single little thing. You can get them to get these apps and stuff. And we've got a way now where you can start cranking stuff out and giving these guys opportunities. And that's where you get a game changer.
Right.
Man, that's the lesson for the day, people.
I got a partner that works for Amazon. He builds, he does programming.
Don't get in trouble. Talking about the big boys.
No. This is safe. Graduate of Georgia Tech. You know, he got offered a position. He actually turned down Apple for Amazon.
Oh, I remember.
You know, but he was like, that's one thing that kind of irks his nerve a little bit about living out there in Seattle and working there. Is just like it's only like 3 black people, and he was like, but it's so many jobs in that field.
Yeah, and part of it is also that mentality that adding more black people lowers the quality of the work, which is one that you got to fight. It's why that dude on Twitter left. He's the highest ranking minority. He wrote a letter about it. And he went to talk to his boss, who was a white guy, and he was like, man, I've gotten awards as like the best tech guy here. I've been ranked at Twitter for years, you know? And so I go talk to him about getting more minorities, and his response was, yeah, we can get them, but we don't want to lower the quality of the work. And what he doesn't understand is a white man turned that to a black man who's been performing. It's just like, what you trying to say, bro? Like, you just gave me this, I'm the best one, so you saying I'm the only one, or you can't have others like me? And that's the issue in tech right now, too. So, and I mean, like I told somebody, if I had a white face behind this app, we'd have had millions already. We'd have had, like, somebody would have been like, oh, here's a white guy trying to figure out something for the black community. Here's some millions there, you know? But right now, like, what we've had to do is prove ourselves all along the way that, hey, we're going to do this, because we built this app and everything we've done with it for $35,000.
Yo, can I come with another question? You know, I always have to play devil's advocate because I go through this all the time trying to start my own thing, right? And we talk about having that white face in the front. So it's like, yo, for example, the shit you just talked about, we put this out here. Donald Trump comes, I'm going high by saying Donald Trump, but it could be anybody, them whiteys who's in that level, comes with $10 million to buy your shit. What would you do?
I already turned down $3 million already before this app's been out.
I said 10. 10.
It was $3 million for 30%, which is a $10 million valuation. So I pretty much turned down $10 million.
That's what's up. That's how I know when you say that lets you know you're ready for the war.
Yeah, for sure.
I tell people if they want a question.
We have to say no. We have to have our own shit.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to.
It's tough because I have a team that's been doing this with me for a year, and it's a bunch of brothers that, you know, work their jobs, and we've done this on the side, and then we've gotten, you know, my god brother who's from Macon, he's the one that's put up the majority of the money to get the app developed. We had our GoFundMe where people were donating for that. But honestly, we've, like I said, incorporated our own company, gotten everything copyrighted and trademarked. We've built the app on both platforms. We've done it in English and Spanish, got our website up and running. And so when you tell people, like, that's literally $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 worth of stuff we've done for this because we've done it internally. Because I was calling attorneys about trademark, and they were like, well, $10,000 just to get this little thing copyrighted and this and that. You know, you're like, yo. And you're talking about getting all of it in the Delaware incorporation and all that, not a LLC, like going through there, getting shares and all that stuff. So we've done all of that stuff, you know. So, but, you know, we had an investor in New York, like I said, there was $3 million for 30% of our company. And we had the broker who did this. And I was like, yo, I'll hook you up with a nice commission fee, and I'm going to give you equity, which never happens for brokers. And what he then saw was a bunch of ignorant black people, apparently, and thought he was going to start taking advantage. So when I saw it was funny was he was like, here's the 30%, you guys own the 70, right? So he was like, what I want to do is I want to make a joint company to split that 70%. And I was like, that sounds like hostile takeover. Okay.
Let me hear you out.
So I was like, we can do that just to make this deal go because I want this $3 million, right? So I was like, okay, let's do this now. We're gonna do that 70% in the split, but the split is we own 90, you own 10%.
You own 10%.
Which gives you 7% of the overall company as a broker, which you should be elated with.
Yeah.
Because he was also getting like 6% commission. You know, and then I also offered him a job with the company as an investment officer with salary. And I was like, we'll just take out y'all office space and we'll start paying. Like I was gonna give him a sweet deal. So then he came back with more stuff. So eventually, every time he came back, he tried to get it where him and his partner wanted 35% and me and my partner's 35. Then he offered us 29 where they had. I was like, dude. So at all points in time, and he would never let us talk to the investors. Yeah. So I was like, we could take this $3 million and run and be good. The app's not even out. And I was like, we could do a lot more stuff. But at the end of the day, and I had to answer to like other guys. Like I was like, yo, you got families or y'all gonna be cool? And my guys were like, yo, we didn't do this just for the money to start with. You know, like we did this because honestly, at the end of the day, like when we see that Sandra Bland, when we see this stuff, like literally, it's just like, yo, this could have literally saved somebody's life right now, and that's more than whatever else we got at this point in time. You know, like we'll struggle for now, but it's gonna come out in the end.
It will, and just to quote Master P. Master P was on the Breakfast Club, and Master P was talking about how much he was offered for No Limit, and I think I forgot the number. It was like maybe $3 million or something like that, but. He said the reason why he didn't take it because if they can give me $3 million right now where we in right now, I know I'm worth 100.
Yep,
I know I'm worth 100. If you're gonna give me 3 right now,
right,
and I know I got work to do, I'm worth 100 because you're gonna get that 3 and try to flip it and make your money off of it. So why would I sell for 3? Because I know I'm worth way more than that. And we see what happened with Master P.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. Because I know the thing is, they know we have a lot more ideas. Like, and I told them, I was like, look, I got an app right now for domestic violence, ready to go. I was like, I got one for judges and prosecutors.
Yeah.
For, like, to hold them accountable. So I was like, I got it. When cats come out of court right now, they can be like, yo. Here's the thing. I'm never scared to do that. Why? And here's what people scared about. Because I can talk about it. Somebody can go do that, but they don't have everything you got up in here. Like, I can give them these little ideas. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. I'm confident in what we got.
Right. Yeah.
I feel the same way. I say, hell, I am hip-hop, so regardless of what.
There you go.
I know how to make it maneuver.
Yeah.
And do what I want to do.
Yeah, we got stuff in the pipelines. Trust me. Like, and like that's the thing. We got it where it's gonna be. Give us 5 to 10 years. And it's not just gonna be us. It's gonna be a whole community. That's what I want. I want where everybody's little kids is up and running. I want all these little kids up in here building their own stuff, having their own Candy Crushers. You know,
right.
That's what it's about. Like that's definitely what it's about. Look, that's a motivating conversation. Man, that's motivating conversation.
Got me blown over here.
Yeah, definitely, man.
I know what this is.
Yeah. I told you when I talked to you about it.
Yeah,
I talked to you about it. Yeah, when I talked to you about it, I already knew what was happening there. So look, man, this is great. Y'all go and download the Legalizer.
Yeah, for sure.
I said the Legalizer, the Legal Equalizer app right now, man. If you know something, if it's just right now, just for you to have it on your phone, just in case, it's worth it. It's just that simple. You know what I mean? Try it out. If it's something that you think that is not for you right now, cool, just go ahead and download it just to have it, just in case. It's worth it. And
if you're having any issues, send us some. We know people are having that. We're doing updates now. We got an update to fix the major issue coming out this week right now anyway, too. Okay. So just also let you know. But still download it, and it's coming real quickly. Dope, man. Well, look, bro, we appreciate you coming through, man. And me just, like, growing up in Macon, man, I'm happy to see people breaking that cycle, you know what I mean, and having their own and really putting in the work, you know what I mean, and setting the foundation and really setting an example for everybody else. You know what I mean? Hey, man, I've seen, like I said, same thing that I've seen you grow this show from when you first started. Like, you guys didn't have all this. Yeah, you know? Right, man. You're right. You didn't have your shows every Saturday, every weekend doing that stuff. And, y'all had to grind. You're right. And there's plenty of times where I know y'all felt like quitting and throwing stuff and fighting blood. I mean, that's what it takes, though. It's the blood, sweat, and tears. And then, at the end of the day, when you get what's due recognition, that's when it's like, okay, yeah, it really feels good when you get that end goal of what you're aiming for. So, I mean, y'all keep doing the same stuff. Like I said, absolutely, I support y'all on a regular basis, and I'm going to keep doing that because that's what we got to do. We got to keep supporting each other, man. Definitely.
And I got a small, my little base on Instagram, Twitter, it's just a little corner. But I would definitely like to spread the word to my people about this app. Yep. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just off strength. Yeah, definitely, man. Yep. It's worth it. Like I think it's something that you should have it. Like I said, like just download and have it on your phone and set it up just in case. Right. Spend 5 minutes setting it up, and then you never know. You might get pulled over tomorrow, and at least you'll have it. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about, man. That's definitely what it's about. So look, tell other people one more time how they can download the app, and also if they have any questions, how they can contact you. All right, so you can download on Android or iOS. It is a Legal EQ app. Legal Equalizer or Legal EQ. You can check us. Our webpage is www.legaleqapp.com. We have a Twitter, Legal EQ app. We have a Facebook page, which is Legal Equalizer Inc., the incorporation.
think we have our Instagram set up as well. And then, if anybody wants to contact me, you can email me. My email is my first name, which is mbye @legaleqapp.com. Or, you can get me on Twitter as well, MNJIE at Twitter. But, if you find us on Facebook, if you want to contact Justin, anybody else, just give us any shouts. We're also, like I said, we're looking to help anybody else that, we've had people reach out to us about building their own apps and ideas as well. We're going to, I'm willing to talk to you guys, discuss, and we're willing to help out anybody as well in terms of helping them build that technology network.
Dope, man. Well, look, it's a good Hennessy show, man.
We come on to close up. We're closing here.
Let's close here, man. We might as well close here. I think we shouldn't have anything else going on after this. I think that was really where the conversation needed to end.
It's pretty dope. This is a very diverse show.
Yeah, it was, man.